Welcome to Blow Your Mind with our contestants Chris and Amaya.
My name is Amaya. I am at the Lexington campus.
Yeah!
And I'm definitely gonna win this, obviously. I mean, I got a fresher mind. I'm in school. It's,
Wait, fresher mind? Is that an old joke? I'm Christopher Malona, her very young, energetic, super cool dad. I am much wiser. I'll probably take this. I'll probably get this. All right, let the games begin.
In this game, I will read each of them a mind-blowing fact. If the one I ask chooses the wrong answer, we will blow their mind. And they will be blasted in the face with a confetti cannon. If they choose correctly, their opponent will have their mind blown. Let's begin. Amaya, the first fact, true or false? In 1929, researchers at Princeton University successfully turned a cat into a working telephone.
29, remember the thing? The cat? All right, just saying. Go ahead.
I'm gonna stick with false.
Oh,
Well, Maya, the answer may surprise you.
I gave you a chance!
You really scared me. You put it hard.
Yes.
It's hard.
Chris, the next fact, true or false? Justin Bieber was actually born in a woman's bathroom.
Bieber born in a woman's bathroom. Okay. Pop culture. Here we go. We get into that file. Thinking. Bieber, Canada, woman's bathroom.
Any hints and songs?
YOLO. True!
The answer may surprise you.
Yeah, am I allowed to do it? No! No! Come on, Biebs! You totally were born in a female bathroom. Dang it.
Amaya, true or false? The inventor of the Frisbee had his body turned into a Frisbee after he died.
Ooh, I know it.
That's one to think about.
I know it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go true.
Final answer?
Yes.
Lock it in. She said it. Oh, I was totally gonna relax on that one. Wow.
Chris, true or false? Some turtles can breathe out of their butts.
Oh. Can you repeat the question?
Some turtles can breathe out of their butts. True or false?
Can I get the language of origin? That is false.
Final answer?
Not happening. Final answer.
The answer may surprise you.
Ah, come on!
Nice.
How did that happen?
What is happening?
Nice.
Check her weaponry.
It's time for the final question. And it comes with a twist. If you answer incorrectly, you both get your minds blown. Amaya, this one's for you. Is a thumb a finger?
Okay, well, this is difficult. I mean, they all got different names. Pinky, middle, thumb, index. Okay,
Really? You sure? We both go down.
okay, false.
Wait, I wasn't saying switch. I was just saying be sure.
Okay, true.
Yes! Oh, yeah!
John, explain what's happening.
Okay. So basically, this is like the Olympics of Grace Chapel. There's like 7 events. If you lose, your name goes on the wheel. If your name's on the wheel, you get more chances to get the punishment of doom.
Okay, so it's the Wheel of Doom?
It's the wheel of doom.
Okay.
We will do something that makes you feel embarrassed. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Wait, I lost.
I win!
Wait, what's this?
Paper!
Star? What was this? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh!
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah! What do I do? Oh.
All right, John Taylor, go!
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Did I win?
Yes!
You won. I won! What do I do? You stay here with me. Okay, are you ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Ah, it's the loser! Losers! Okay, that's the first round. Ooh!
It's gonna take a while.
Oh, I'm gonna write a Kosh's name on there! Yeah! Gosh, no! Taylor, Taylor!
Oh!
Come on, Peter Hill! You didn't. That's okay.
Here we go.
Oh gosh.
Go!
Yes!
Everybody has to go around and say a thing in a category, starting with the letter A all the way down to the letter Z. Anybody who misses, falters, pauses too long, they're out. I think Akash should start.
Anacondas. What? Anaconda?
Anacondas!
Alright, beaver!
Crabs?
Donkey! Elephant!
Frogs?
Giraffe!
Isn't it H after? Isn't it H?
Oh, H! Oh! Somebody doesn't know the alphabet! J.
Jay.
Jumping jacks! Jumping jacks!
Kate won! Get those stretches in. Get loose. First person to drop gets their name in the last slot. Wheel of embarrassment
And doom.
and doom.
Lots of doom. Boston is entirely.
Taylor's in a special place. I mean. Okay! Ow!
John, I think we're good to go.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
There's only one spell left.
My legs! My legs! So Kosh is on your 5 times, Tay is on your 3 times, Kate's on your 3 times, I'm on your 3 times.
Oh, Kashi.
So Kosh has the best chance of 5, 3, 3. So whoever's name that this lands on is going to receive our punishment for today. Us 3 are.
It's literally just me.
Just the Kosh. Ready? Here we go.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I think that we'll forget about this.
Nope.
And John will take it easy.
I am purchasing products as we speak.
So sorry for jumping in like this.
Yeah, we're about to make your day better.
Is it just the 4? It's just the 3 of you guys now?
A lot of
We did the business.
done.
No, this is my punishment thing. What's the news? What's the update?
So that's what we need you to do, Akash.
Is there any way that I can not do that, but we can pretend that I did?
We're gonna need you to do it,
Yeah.
But I'm saying, is there a way that I don't do it?
but
In this world, you don't do it.
You don't not do it.
You accept
Okay.
this quest.
I don't want to, but the wheel tells the truth, so I have to.
This is your destiny, Akash.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh gosh. I hope it's long enough on the legs. I want to get home. That's how I feel. I also want John Kim to know that I blame him personally for this.
If they like your outfit.
Oh!
I think you need one of those.
I think so too. Tuna. Goldfish not in this aisle, fun fact. Oh, look at all these different fish.
Or sharks, or baby shark, baby
It's
shark.
good shark.
Baby shark.
There we go. I guess Swedish fish, which is what Shark wants right now. That's speaking to me right now.
Should we get one?
You don't know anything about sharks. Caviar.
Baby fish?
We're on a church budget, Kate. That's a good color scheme. I think shark eats with his eyes, you know. Okay.
Papa, daddy. Can you imagine if we went to the wrong house? I bet this is.
Oh gosh, he's right there in the kitchen.
Yeah, Kashi. I'm going back.
There's no doorbell.
Just knock.
Hey. What in the world? Thank you. What's the occasion?
Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark.
Okay.
Mama shark doo 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 doo. Mama shark doo 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 doo. Mama shark doo 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 doo. Mama shark. Papa shark doo 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 doo. Papa shark doo 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 doo. Papa shark doo doo. Sorry, Papa shark doo 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 doo. Papa shark.
Oh my gosh. Anchovies. Perfect.
Grandma shark doo 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 doo. Grandma shark doo 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 doo. Grandma shark doo 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 doo. Grandma shark.
Woo! All right. Thank you. This is Akash's punishment for losing our Grace Students Live Wheel of Doom Olympic. So we did some activities, and Akash
I really lost.
lost.
I really lost.
March 29th, 2020, almost a year ago, which is kind of wild. At the beginning of the pandemic, I started to think about, okay, I have all this time on my hands, I'm at home, how do I make the most out of this time? So I started to create all these ambitious plans that I felt like I needed to cram into the first month or two because I didn't know how long the pandemic was gonna last, which is kind of ironic seeing that we're almost at a year of things shutting down around here. But anyways, so one of my top goals was to watch all the Marvel movies in perfect chronological order. So it took us 29 days to watch all 23 movies. I think we only messed up once, but it was epic, and I loved it, and I think it gave me a greater appreciation for all of those plot lines. It's crazy to see how the Marvel Universe has grown over the years. Even to this day, they're still releasing content like WandaVision. In fact, superhero movies are some of the top grossing movies over all time. Why are these movies so compelling? It's because of what they do. They have cool abilities, they identify the problem, they solve the problem, they fight the bad guys. So pretty much they see something that's wrong and they solve it in the most epic way possible. How could you not be interested in that? I think we're all desiring a little bit of those superhero moments in our own lives. We all face a variety of problems where we just wish, I wish somebody could just do something about this. I wish something would change.
I wish something would be different. And we're left with that feeling of, why can't somebody just do something? And that's what we're going to be talking about over the next few weeks within your small groups. When something isn't right, when something's not fair, what do we do in those moments? And these are the things that we typically label as injustice. And so before we really dive in, I just want to give us some really basic surface level definitions to kind of help our conversation around this idea of justice and injustice. Justice is things that are right, things that are fair, things that are equal, equitable, things that kind of line up with God's vision for the world. And injustice is the exact opposite. Things that are unfair, things that are not right, things that are inequitable, and things that don't match up with God's vision for the world. And you probably don't need me to define those things for you. There's probably already things in your mind that you think of when you think of injustice. Maybe it's something big, like world hunger or global poverty. Maybe it's something small, that's something that's happening in your neighborhood. Maybe you've kind of leaned into TikTok and started learning about a different form of injustice that you never were really aware of. These things are on our minds. And the real question is that we face isn't, does injustice exist, but rather, why doesn't someone do something? And this is the question we're going to be wrestling with for the rest of the series. What does it look like, and whose job is it to do something when it comes to injustice? Now, as we get started, I have to admit, this conversation is tricky because we all experience and understand injustice in various different ways. For some of you, this topic is pretty heavy. Maybe you've experienced injustice personally, or you've witnessed it, and you've seen the effects it can have on your friends, your family. And we just want you to know in this moment, if you hear nothing from this message, hear this, that we're sorry and that should not be happening to you. And that we want our student ministry to be a place where we do not ignore the hurt that's experienced within our student ministry family. We want this to be a safe place where we can talk about real life experiences and support and love one another through it. On the flip side, some of you may have not experienced injustice. Instead, maybe you feel a little bit surprised by it. Maybe when you were younger, you never really thought about access to education, racism, and food insecurity as injustice. And so that's okay. And as the older you get, you might start asking and learning more things about it, maybe through the news or social media. And it leads you to ask questions like, well, why doesn't someone just do something about that? Maybe you find yourself wondering things like, why are there some students who never get in trouble when they do something wrong, while other students who don't do anything wrong, they always get in trouble? Or maybe, why do people think it's okay to make racist or sexist jokes? Or maybe, why does that one student continue to get bullied, and why doesn't anyone do anything about it? These are the deep and hard questions that we start to learn about. My point is that when we see injustice, it leads us to ask hard questions. It makes us wonder how we didn't see it or how other people don't see it. It's not that we don't care about injustice, but rather, I think sometimes we don't do anything because we're not close enough to see injustice and to see what's happening and to ask the hard questions. And we aren't the first to have this problem. Jesus made it a habit of pointing out things that people often didn't see. One of the questions that people often asked Jesus was, Jesus, who's cool with you and who's not? Now, okay, they probably didn't ask it like that, but you get the hint. They started to ask this question in a lot of different ways. And as Jesus did over various conversations, he answered with a story. Jesus often used these stories to reveal a deeper truth. So in the text we're about to read together, Jesus is explaining this. He's using a story of sheep and goats to explain the difference between the righteous and the unrighteous, the people who are on the right side of things and the people who are on the wrong side of things. Jesus was simply trying to make it clear that there are two categories here. And because the people of Israel were shepherds and had flocks of sheep, this would have been very relatable to them. It's a little bit different for us, but. So Jesus is presented with the question of who's cool with you, Jesus, and who's not? Who's in good standing with you? Who's on the right side and who's on the wrong side? And then this is the story we read. The sheep are on the right side and the goats are not. So hear what the text says. It says this. This is from Matthew 25, verses 41 through 46. He says, "Then he will say to those on the left, 'Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me.' They will also answer, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or in needing of clothes or sick or in prison and did not help you?' He replied, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for the least of these, you did not do for me.' Then they will go away into eternal punishment, but the righteous to eternal life." In this story, Jesus distinguishes between the righteous and the unrighteous by how they responded to the needs of the least of these: the stranger, the prisoner, the sick, the hungry. In other words, the people who needed the most help, who felt the most pain, and often got the worst treatment. Now, it seems a little bit extreme, Jesus. Is Jesus really mad because they didn't give him a cup of water? I mean, listen to the level of shock from the goats as they express their response to the king. "When, Jesus, did I not see you? When did we not clothe you or give you something to drink or feed you?" It's as if they're saying, "Not me. Psh, I never did that, Jesus. No way." Jesus hadn't been physically hungry or sick or in prison, but he wanted to make a point. Not only did they not do anything to help, but they didn't even see the injustice that was happening in the world around them. When you don't see those who need your help, you're not just turning a blind eye to them, but you're turning a blind eye to Jesus. And that's the point Jesus is trying to make here. Remember, this story is about Jesus. Who's cool with you? Who's not? What's going on there? And his answer is very clear. His people are people that see and act when it comes to injustice. And as you get to know Jesus and as you continue to follow him, you'll start to see that Jesus always cares about injustice. He speaks up for others, and he always does what is right. And as we follow him, we'll become more like him in that way. We'll begin to start to care about the things that he cares about. We'll start to see the realities of the world around us. And so before we talk about what that actually means, I want us to remember this. Before you can do something about injustice, you have to see it. Seeing is our starting point. We need to be able to see the world around us and to actually acknowledge the injustice that's happening in our ordinary, everyday lives. So I have 3 easy things that can help us in this starting point, because let's be real, we all have room to grow in this area. So the first one is get close enough to see it. So this might be just starting by prayer. Ask God to give you eyes to see what's happening in the world and give you his eyes to see the injustice and what needs to be addressed. This can also mean spending time with people who are different from you, people who have different life experiences and different stories. Maybe it's talking to someone new in your class or even from church. You can even start to do some things on your own. Start by watching a documentary on injustice, or maybe even start researching some local organizations in your community that are doing some work to address it. Maybe even research one of our mission partners that we have. There's a lot that you can do just to start to get close to see what's actually happening. Second, be curious enough to listen. And it's not just listening for the sake of listening, but listen to learn. Ask questions and get to know people's point of view and their experiences. And it might be uncomfortable. In fact, it probably will be uncomfortable as they share their pain with you. And it's easy to kind of back off and distance ourselves from it. But I encourage you to lean in, to really try to understand that person's point of view and expand your worldview a little bit. And be curious about your own experience too. Maybe you've noticed and you've experienced an injustice personally, but you kind of always shrugged it off, take note of that. Or maybe you've participated in an injustice without realizing it. This is a moment where you can be curious and discover a little bit about your personal life too, and not just the lives of others. Third, be courageous enough to name it. If something is wrong, say it's wrong. If something is unfair, name it that. When you see an injustice in the world around you, or even in you, be courageous enough to call it what it is. Identifying injustice takes some of its power away, because we can't fix or address something that isn't acknowledged or named. Listen, a lot of what following Jesus involves doesn't always come natural to us. And one of the things I love about your generation is that you guys are so aware of injustice, and you have a heart and a passion for addressing it and calling it what it is. But remember, in order to do something, we have to see it first, and we have to help other people see it first. And so before we end, I just want to give you a quick quote from Maya Angelou that I actually think sums up where this series is heading. It says this: "Do the best you can do until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better." So that's what this series is all about. Seeing better so that we can know better and ultimately do better.
Waking up to another life. No more sorrow and no more night. You're the light, let it shine now, let it shine now. Burning bright, 'cause we're not ashamed. Got a world to illuminate. You're the light, let it shine now, let it shine now. Nothing can stand against us. Our praise will break the darkness. We declare your kingdom's here. Because our God is for us, we're living in the promise.
Grogu.
Learn your trivia. That's all I
Where's
got.
Grogu?